Coming up on today's edition of Buckeye 19 News, an upcoming student government election could have major effects on the OSU landscape.
Also, with March Madness just around the corner, how are the Buckeyes looking to improve on last year's early exit?
And an OSU group has big plans for helping people over spring break. How can you get involved?
All of this and more on Buckeye TV. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Molly Dollinger.
And I'm Tino Bovenzi.
Plenty of stories to get to today, but first, an upcoming undergraduate student government election could have major effects on the OSU student body. Do you know your candidates? Aron Hammy has some info on the elections.
It's an important season here at Ohio State. No, it's not football season. It's campaign season. The undergraduate student government presidential and vice presidential campaigns have begun. There are two campaigning teams in this year's election, one headed by presidential and vice presidential candidates Michelle Bennett and Noel Fisher. Bennett, a third year in public affairs, is currently chief of staff in USG and a member of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority. Fisher, a third year in geography and political science, currently serves as an off-campus senator, a member of the Health and Safety Committee in USG, and a member of the Phi Gamma Delta fraternity. Among their policies, a few stand out to Bennett.
But something I'm particularly excited about is our sexual violence awareness point, and USG has already worked on this a lot, and I would really like to continue our efforts. I would love to see a center for sexual violence awareness and training, and a center for people that are survivors of sexual violence incidents.
The other team is headed by presidential and vice presidential candidates Abby Grossman and Abby Weidlich. Grossman is a third year in math education and is a member of the Alpha Phi sorority and is the organizational outreach director for USG. Abby Weidlich is a third year in biological engineering and serves as the senior director of public relations in USG and a member of the Kappa Delta sorority. They are trying to become the second all-female slate to win president and vice president using largely their 4-point safety plan.
Things that happen off campus, such as sexual assault and getting robbed off campus and slipping and falling, coming home, on the streets that are, iced over. Students need to, all of those things could have been prevented with an educational piece.
One policy both campaigns agree upon is affordability.
Our freshman year was that tuition was capped for in-state students, which was great for in-state students. However, for us out-of-state students and international students, it's not capped, it's still going up. So we're going to try our best to cap that tuition.
When sophomores are living on campus, what is their affordability aspect of them staying an extra year? Because the numbers show that it's more expensive to live on campus than off campus.
The presidents and vice presidents competed in a debate on March 2nd. They are now currently campaigning using social media and have booths set up in the Oval and in the Union. Voting is now open and closes at midnight on March 11th. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Aron Hammy.
One of the main reasons we're here at OSU, other than winning championships, is to get internships and jobs. Here's Mitchell Dunbar with a story.
It's getting to be that time of the year again, where students gather their resumes, talk to industry professionals, and try to find an internship for the summer or a job if they're leaving the university. So I went to students to find their opinions on the internship process and went to talk to a university professional to gather tips on how students can help try to find an internship. Luckily for students, OSU has a career services program that helps them with their search. Career Services is full of experts like Chantel here in Denny Hall that give students assistance for the entire process of finding internships. I asked her to explain some good ways to get started. Ohio State holds various career fairs throughout the year, mostly in the Union. Many students find it difficult to distinguish themselves to the employers during the fairs, but Chantel says the little things, like a follow-up email, make all the difference. Well, I think it's safe to say that there isn't a shortage of resources for students that need help trying to find an internship. I'm Mitchell Dunbar with Buckeye TV. Back to you in the studio.
Textbooks are something every student has to deal with and can be a real hassle. Here with some advice about making buying textbooks as painless for you and your wallet as possible, it's Tyler Getz.
As we approach the start of second session classes for spring semester 2015 at The Ohio State University, we caught up with several students to ask how they plan on acquiring their new textbooks. Around when in the semester do you usually choose to go out and buy your textbooks?
As soon as I schedule my classes, so even before classes start, this new semester start, I like to figure out what books I need.
I usually buy them around the first week of class, I would say, probably just in case the professor says something about, it's recommended you have this, but you don't need it.
It's crazy to buy all of them. I never buy all of them. This semester I didn't buy any of them. I rented them.
If some of them are recommended or not required, I will talk to the professor and kind of see what he thinks about it, and if I can get away with not getting it, I'll usually go that route.
Students seeking to avoid spending money on textbooks for their science and health classes may also want to visit the Orton Hall Library to see what books are available for them to check out.
I read them from the library because I don't want to spend the money, and most of the time the professor don't even use the book for a very long time.
We have reserve books that a lot of the students can check out for earth science courses that we have offered here. There's an online program called Ohio Link that offers a bunch of different books from other Ohio libraries, and then we can get those shipped here to Ohio State's campus, and they're able to check out that book for a while for free.
What do students need in order to come in and check out a book?
Students just need to bring in their valid Buckeye ID, and that's pretty much it.
With all the orange barrels, yellow tape, and construction fencing already in place, it's sometimes hard to imagine campus taking any more renovation projects. However, just this week, OSU officials have decided to move forward on a proposed facelift of an important campus district. Our own Mark Badkey has the story.
Ohio State officials are hitting a high note with some students and faculty after announcing that they are moving forward with a $200 million project that would reinvent the look and feel of the university's arts district by funding major facelifts and expansions to some iconic campus landmarks. The project, which was first brought to attention under the administration of former President E. Gordon Gee, would expand and renovate already existing buildings such as the Wexner Center for the Arts, Weigel Hall, and Hughes Hall, as well as move the Department of Theater, currently headquartered in the Drake Performance and Event Center on West Campus, east toward High Street. Pending the passing of an RFQ deadline, OSU will interview and hire a team that will be expected to begin construction this May and complete by November. Highlights of the renovation proposal include 4 new performance spaces for the Department of Theater to be placed in new facilities near existing arts buildings near High Street. The School of Music is poised to receive a new recital hall, 2 rehearsal studios, and extensive renovations of Weigel and Hughes Halls. The Wexner Center for the Arts will be considered for additional screening space, gallery space, and theater space. Some students and faculty say they do not consider the expenditures a priority at this time, while others in the arts are eagerly welcoming the change.
$200 million, I know that we're spending a lot of money on North Campus right now, and to see that the arts district is, that construction process is being pushed through and trying to finish in November, I don't think that is like the right priorities for Ohio State.
Well, it's long overdue, and I hope it truly does happen. We've been promised renovations before, and they have not occurred. The facilities have just been substandard for a very long time. It's unfortunate to go to a high school somewhere in the state of Ohio or elsewhere and see better facilities.
With new space and new facilities, we could put on larger productions and do some more collaborating and bring more people in and have more people that come to visit the school really want to come here. because we've got the faculty and we've got the resources. We just need the new facilities, I think, to really bring us up to a top music school.
Ohio State officials are hoping that writing a $200 million check to the new Arts District at Ohio State will make these changes priceless. Reporting for Buckeye TV, this has been Mark Batke.
It looks like that will definitely be worth checking out when the project is done.
After the break, what do we have to look forward to in the sporting world? Our sports anchor, Dylan Hayes, will give us the inside look.
And with spring holidays here, how was OSU celebrated? That and more right after the break.